Sanibonani guys. Lana no question 2. This is question 2 for this mid-year examination paper that was written in 2019. So Lana question 2, it's a number pattern question on number patterns, and it's a two-part question where sikhuluma nge-quadratic pattern, and then ku 2.2 sikhuluma nge-geometric sequence. So therefore number patterns basically, and then for the rest of the questions are in this question paper uzowathola in the description below of this video. Okay, good. 2.1, but the first four terms of a quadratic pattern are given as 15, 29, 41 and 51. Good. 2.1.1, but write down the value of the fifth term. So 2.1.1, we are given the number pattern le 15, 29, 41, 51. Thina sifuna the fifth term. Since this is a quadratic pattern, it means in a second difference. So for the first difference, 14, 12 no 10. Lo 14 uphuma uma sithi 29 subtract 15 is total 14, 41 subtract 29, 12, 51 subtract 41 is no 10. So the second difference kuzoba ubani or negative 2. So therefore, in order to find the next term, in our case term 5, we are going to add negative 2 no 10 no 51 uzosinikeza T5. singayitesta leyo ndlela ukuthi iyasebenza by adding negative 2 no 12 no 41 komele sinikeze ubani 51. So in order to find T5, so add minus 2 no 10 no 51 uzosinikeza T5. So just to show you ukuthi iyasebenza this thing, sizothi negative 2 plus 12 plus 41 inginikeza ngayiki 51. So 51. So therefore iyaspana ke this thing, iyasebenza. So in order to find T5, so negative 2 plus 10 plus 51 isinikeza ngayiki 59. So that means T5 is actually 59. Is actually 59. Right, now sisiyaku siyakuloga ku 2.1.2, but it determine an expression for the n term of the pattern in the form Tn equal to an squared plus bn plus c. So 2.1.2, yes, a simtola as well. This is actually 2a. So therefore sinatri ama formulas for calculating iloganje, for calculating n term ku quadratic pattern. The first one is 2a equal to the second difference. The second one is 3a plus b equal to the first difference. A plus b plus c is equal to 15, which is the first term. Right, so in order to find n term yethu, we have to find the value for a, b and c. This is what substitute into this equation, then we have our n term. So therefore sizoqala ngokukhalculate a, divide both sides, go 2a is equal to negative 1, is equal to negative 1, and then b, so substitute negative 1 la, plus b is equal to 14, negative 3 plus b is equal to 14, b is equal to 14 plus 3, b is equal to 17. So since your calculator ubani uc using this equation, a naye is minus 1, b plus 17, c ufuna 15 la. So lana it's going to be 16 plus c equal to 15 c is equal to 15 subtract 16. C is equal to negative 1. C is equal to negative 1. So therefore senginayo i-equation yami, because sengino a, b no c, ama-values ka a, b no c. So the n term becomes tn is equal to negative n squared plus 17n minus 1. We substituted the a, b and c into this equation. So therefore siyaku question 2.1.3 but it determine the value of t27. In order to find t27 kumele ngisubstitute u27 where there's n. So lana ngenza mistake lana, it's not bx but n. Lana we have ubani and it's an squared plus bn plus c, not bx, right? And then t27 ku 2.1.3. so mthola by doing this, la kuno n khona in this general term ngiyofaka ubani u27. So t27 is actually equal to what ke? Is equal to negative open bracket 27 squared plus 1727 minus 1 equal to negative 217. Answer is negative 271. It's 271, negative 271. So this is our answer. Now since you answer the second part of the question, 2.2, but given a geometric sequence 36 minus 18 and 9. Well, as for 2.2, the first question, it is 2.2.1, determine the value of r, the common ratio. So the common ratio is usually calculated as r equal to t2 over t1 or t3 over t2. So it doesn't matter what to say, so t3 over t2 or t2 over t1, sizothola the same answer. So now the value for r, so we calculate as t2 over t1. The same to t2 over t1, it's minus 18 divided by 36. Answer it's negative 1 over 2. So this is the value for r. This is the value for r. Now go 2.2.2, but to calculate n if tn is equal to n over 4096. So since it's khuluma a sequence last, so sebenzisa the sequence formula. So 2.2.2 and then the sequence formula 18, tn is equal to a r exponent n minus 1. So now the value for a is 36 and then the value for r is given as is calculated as negative 1 over 2. So sino a, sino r, I can calculate the n value for ubani tn. So I have this, a is 36, r is negative 1 over 2 raised to exponent n minus 1 equal to tn, which is n 9 over 4096. A nayo, r nayo, but substituted to this, and then tn is given as 9 over 4096. So therefore ngizowenzani ke manje, ngizodivide both sides by 36. 36 cancel bayakhanselana lana, and then sosala nobani no negative 1 over 2 raised to exponent n minus 1 is equal to size ku calculator sithole the value 4 9 over 4096 divided by 36. Answer ubani 1 over 16384. 16384. So this is the answer, but thina sifuna the value for n, right? The value for n, so it's half n minus 1 is equal to open bracket, so 16384 is equal to, as a power singambhala as ubani 1 over 2 raised to exponent 14, raised to exponent 14. Okay ke siyazi ukuthi there's a power of not a power, man, what's this? Okay, I think qeda ukubhala la ngizo explain this thing. Minus 1 equal to this 1 over 2 raised to exponent 14 can be written as 1 over 2 raised to exponent 14, because this is a power, this is an exponential law, this is one of the laws of our exponents. 80, this 14 nangim times anale exponent ka 1 ngiyothola ubani 1 raised to exponent 14, and 1 raised to any number isinikeza ubani 1, and then the 14 times exponent ka 1 lana the exponent ka 2 yosinikeza ubani 14. So it goes back to this, the exponential law engikhuluma ngayo nayo la, x raised to exponent n is the same as saying x raised to exponent m n, where the exponents multiply each other out. So therefore mina bengina something efana nalena, I just took out the exponent to the outside of the bracket. So therefore since u14 bheka, I cannot drop lama exponents lawa, since lana ngino negative half ngapha ngino positive half, but I have the right to place negative half la. Why? Because 14 is a even exponent. A negative number raised to a even exponent is nikeza a positive value. So therefore nangifaka negative la, it doesn't affect the value le lapha phezulu. Nangabe ngifaka negative inside the bracket, negative half raised to exponent 14, ngibuyisela back to that value above. So therefore ngifaka negative so that the left hand side base, which is negative 1 over 2, ifane another 1 on the right hand side, so that ngizokwazi ukudropha lama exponents. So therefore ngiyobona n minus 1 equal to 14. Sinyakhona ukudropha lama exponent because of lama base ayafana now. Now n is equal to 15, is equal to 15. Our n value is 15. So this is our final answer. And then 2.2.3, sorry, sinani sine sum to infinity. But calculate the sum to infinity. So the sum to infinity is equal to 36 over 1 minus, in bracket, minus 1 over 2. Usayikhumbula formula mas 2.2.3 sum to infinity is a over 1 minus r. This is true. This is a convergent this is a converging geometric sequence. Why? Because of r between -1 and 1 is between -1 and 1, negative 1 and 1. R is equal to negative 1 over 2. So we can use the formula 80 sum to infinity. It means our our sequence is a converging one. So therefore this is equal to this is a straightforward question. It was a giveaway. Negative 1 over 2 is equal to 24 is equal to 24 is equal to 24. Now for the last question, 2.2.4. now wathi kunezindlela eziningi zokubulala ikati. So there's several ways for tackling this question ka 2.2.4. 2.2.4, we are given this fraction, and then it seems like in a series on the numerator as well as a series on the denominator, but it's calculated a value of this thing then, right? Mhlambe engqondweni yakho you are probably thinking ukuthi how about ngithole u-T1, T3, T5, T7 nalamanye ama value bese ngiyawa adda, and then ngithole the ones below bese ngiyawa adda nawo. Eish, kuzokuthatha isikhathi lokho. How about we do this again? We are given this T1 plus T3 plus T5 plus T7, and uma uthatha ukubheka la akalandelani lama terms wethu la, ne? And bakhuluma ngani? Bakhuluma nga the sequence above la. Sisakhuluma ngale sequence la phezulu, u36 minus 18 9. Sisakhuluma ngale sequence ephezulu there, right? And uma uthatha ukubheka le sequence le ayilandelani kahle man, so ayilandelani kahle, but checka la laba siphu T1, T3, T5, T7 nobani no T499. Lana shukuthi la phezulu kunama odd numbers, and then la ku denominator kunane kunama even numbers. Into esingayenza thina singavele si express lama terms wethu in terms of the formula of a geometric sequence. Tn equal to a r raised to exponent n minus 1. So the T1 sum express in terms of a and r is tola a, and then T3 where there's n khona ngifaka ubani 3, and then 3 minus 1 is what? Is 2. And then for T5 n 5 minus 1, T5 n 5 minus 1 is total 4 lana, and then T7 so on and so on, right? After start to substitute la sithola for the numerator sithola this sequence, so sithola this series, and then for the denominator sithola in this series. So 90 singayenza for the next step, ne? Remember ngifuna i-value for this fraction, this setup le, this sum le, ngifuna iloka i-value for this thing le. So the best way to do this is actually to reduce le lokanje le expression yethu. Singayi-reduce kanjani? By taking out a common factor ku denominator, yabona, r la, r la, r, 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 and unjalo r common throughout. So therefore by taking out r as a common factor, we are left with this. Uma uthatha ukubheka la ekugcineni AR498 nala AR498. This is not 7, 9, and then the nangabe ngikhipha r as a common factor yami ku denominator, the numerator and the denominator ayafana, so this izokhanselana na this thing le. Eshibheka dwebeka line la, udwebeka line. Okay, so this is cancelana na this, so eventually I'll end up with 1 over r. So by reducing ilogile expression yam lena, I've actually reduced it to 1 over r, and then the value for r I do have for r. Remember, to calculate to r level 2.2.1, it was 1 over, sorry, the r was negative 1 over 2. So nang substitute la r wam, then ngiyacalculate ngithola ukuthi the answer yam is negative 2. So this is my final answer. This expression is actually equal to negative 2. So thanks for watching ivideo ethi phelile lana. Don't forget to subscribe nangabe you new to this channel. Nangabe uyi-enjoyile, please leave a thumbs up, ungakhohlwa nokuyishare nabangani bakho. So asibonane excuse me, asibonane kule video eyilandelayo.